Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, most of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. I've been maintaining my weight for over 15 years. So today I want to talk about snacks. Like, I am a snacky person. I am that person that goes and grabs like quick meals, little charcuterie boards. And I feel like at the end of the day, snacking is so important because typically we're reaching for chips, we're reaching for just like easy foods. So I want to show you some of the things that I order. I want to show you some of the things that I make that are super easy. They keep me on track. They keep me nice and full and satiated, and they're also high in protein. Okay. So I have some of my snacks here laid out. These are things that I actually order. So I like to order, these are more like kind of specialty foods. I get them all from Thrive. You guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I love Thrive. I've been using them for years. Now, if you're not familiar with Thrive, Thrive is an online membership market. It's super convenient. Everything's delivered straight to my door. I'm guaranteed a savings every time I order. And they have things, whether you're keto, whether you're vegan, whether you're paleo, they have something for everyone. Like, you can go on there, kind of set it to, in my case, like I set it to low carb or paleo, and then I grab all my snacks. Now, if you haven't tried Thrive, I have a link. I'll leave it in the description below. Click the link. You'll get 30% off on your first order and a free gift. Totally worth it. I'm telling you, once you try it, you're gonna love it. I absolutely love grabbing my beef jerky. I love grabbing my chips. I'm like more of a crunchy like snacker. I love like crunch. I love chips. So if I'm going for chips, I'm usually grabbing these from Siete. Now, pork rinds for me are when I'm trying to stay super low carb, going back to basics. You guys know I created a meal plan, the going back to basics. That's how I've lost over 30 pounds in the last 6 months. And it's going back to basics is so important, works like a charm. Again, I do have a meal plan for that, which will be linked in the description below, but this is when you wanna stay super, super low carb. I go to pork rinds, and then, yeah, I found these. So these are 0 carbs. I usually grab these at my local store just because I like the taste of them, but now they have them without all the sugar. So I'm so happy about that. I've only seen them at Thrive. So if you are someone that likes the Kind bars, just know that they do have that. These are just some of the things I picked up for the month. I got some of my basics. I do the little granola for my parfaits, and what else? My sauces. These always come in handy. I'm telling you, I'm always looking for easy ideas. So we have the chicken, the tuna. I make a tuna salad, a chicken salad, and then just pair them with either a veggie or something like that. Now, I'm gonna show you some of the things that are kind of like my go-tos when I'm hungry. I want a quick snack, light lunch, high in protein, clean, again, nourishing, and keeps me on track. So let me clear this up and I'll show you. So today we are gonna be doing nothing but viral keto foods for the next 24 hours. So I'm gonna do my lunch, we're gonna do a dinner, and of course, we cannot forget dessert. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into it. I have everything laid out here. Now, this is a recipe that was going viral on Instagram, on TikTok. It was even going viral here on YouTube. This is the pickle bread sandwich, okay? Now, I saw some people make it with zucchini. We're gonna be making it with pickles because I love fried pickles. So if you're like a fried pickle lover, then this is definitely the route you'd wanna go. You get a little bit of the crisp, you get a little bit of the sourness from the pickle, and then it gets a really nice crunch, just like think of like a crispy bread, okay? So what we have are these thin slices of pickles. You just wanna make sure that they are nice and dry, okay? They have to be dry or else you're gonna get soggy bread. Nobody wants soggy bread, not one person here, okay? So we have our toallita, we have our napkin, and what we're gonna do is just make sure that these are dry. Okay, I already tried to just kind of give it like a rough dry, but we're gonna go in again. Okay, and we're gonna set this aside. This is gonna be all of our toppings. Okay, once we have our bread, then what do you make with bread? We make our sandwich. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make our sandwich. We have our parchment paper. So this is literally the easiest bread you can make. I've tried it with onion, I tried it with pepperoni, even jalapenos, and guys, I'm telling you, it is delicious. So now with the pickles, I feel like it's just gonna be almost think like fried pickle bread. So we're gonna make 4 piles. And you could also make like one big sheet. So think of like a big sheet if you wanted to make like a Subway sandwich, you know, like a, what is it, like a Jersey Mike sandwich, foot long. You know what, instead, what I'm gonna do is make 2 slices, like a big slice. Instead of 4 small ones, I'm gonna make 2 big ones. So now we just lay them flat. There you go. And this is a bread that you can use if you are living a low carb lifestyle, you are living a keto lifestyle, even if you're diabetic. This is a bread that is nice and crunchy. It's gonna give you like the satisfaction of like a crispy bread, but you're gonna keep it low carb. So, okay, so now what we're gonna do is sprinkle a little bit of cheese right on top. But this is, okay, so this is what your bread is gonna look like. So now you just wanna make sure that your oven is preheated to 400 degrees. Mine is already nice and hot. This is going in for about 20 minutes or until it's just like nice and golden brown around the edges. Okay, so let's check on them. Ooh, okay. Wow, we're getting that crisp already. So look at this. Perfect. Now I'm gonna let this cool. I'm gonna put it like on a wire rack just so that it gets a nice crisp, but this is exactly what you're looking for right here. Okay, so now to assemble our sandwich. So we have our bread. There we have it. Look at that. 2 slices of bread. Low carb, high protein. I'm excited about this. So I have my lettuce. I'm just gonna go in. This is going to be yummy, easy. Okay, we have the lettuce. Now we have some high quality deli meat. Now, I think this is just like personal preference. I'll just show you how I usually make my sandwiches because I like mine, I like to spruce them up. Okay, a little cebollita, completely optional, but got a little purple onion or red onion and jalapenos. Oh yeah. Now typically I love to have my sandwiches with something crunchy like some chips, but we are keeping this low carb. Okay, I have some chipotle mayo just to make it nice and creamy. Then we have our mustard and no sugar added ketchup. Now we are just going to top it with our bread. So look at this massive guy here. Are you serious? Like, I'm sorry, I can do these challenges all day. So of course you can wrap it in parchment, cut it in half, do as you please. But guys, I am not mad at this viral video. And you know what? As I make them, I'm like, I could totally see why this goes viral. I could see that. I can see where the hype, you know, where it's coming from. Now this is something super simple. The thing that takes the longest is obviously the bread, but to throw it all together, you saw that. 1 minute. Boom, 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 boom. And you have a lunch that's high in protein, that's gonna keep you nice and full, feeling satiated. It's not gonna raise your glucose, your insulin. You know what I mean? Because remember, when your insulin and glucose is raised, that's usually when you crave a lot more carbs, okay? So the lower the carbs, the lower your cravings are, and the less like tired you're gonna get, which is really, really important if you're on a weight loss journey. All right, so now we are going to do a taste test together before I go and enjoy this. So cheers. Wow, this is delicious. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, now I know why this went viral. So much flavor. It has so much going on, but in a good way. I just love that I'm gonna be able to enjoy this. This is probably gonna be like my heavier meal today. But it's so filling. It has the protein, it has the healthy fats, you have the veggies, like you have like, it's like a very well balanced sandwich, but it's low carb and it's high protein and it's gonna keep you on track. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is it right here. I'm gonna go enjoy this, get a little bit of work done, and then I'm gonna see you back for dinner. All right, now moving on to our viral dinner. Now, this doesn't actually have like a protein in terms of some chicken or beef or shrimp or anything like that. But I don't know if you know this, Parmesan cheese is loaded with protein. So this is actually going to be our protein source. Now, this viral salad looks crazy. Like, it is piled high. This thing is loaded with parm, full of flavor, and I just cannot see this not being good. So I love Caesar. Caesar is one of my favorite salads. So I'm like, when I saw this, like, we definitely have to include it. Okay, so we have our kale. Now just make sure that you take the kale off of the stem because the stem is just very fibrous and chew, and we don't want it. I think it's even a little bitter, but there you go. Okay, so what I did is I just washed it, and you do kind of want to scrunch it a little because kale does need to soften up. You can even do like a little drizzle of olive oil, and then it'll just soften up the leaves, okay? Okay, now what we're gonna do is our dressing. Now we are making the dressing from scratch. I love that. I love making all my dressings from scratch because remember, a lot of the dressings out there are loaded with seed oils. Seed oils are horrible for your gut. And sooner or later, they're gonna start causing inflammation. That's when you start getting really like bloated after you eat. So if you make them at home, you don't have to worry about that. And they're really good, and they're a lot less expensive than going out and buying a healthy, clean version of your favorite dressings, okay? You know, just a little tip for you. So we're gonna start off with our mayo. I'm eyeballing everything right now, but the recipe will be in the description below. We have our Dijon. Then we have our anchovies, and we are using real anchovies. If you don't like them, omit it. It's okay. Okay, guys, I just realized these are sardines. So our Caesar dressing today will not be having sardines, but if you have them, then add 2 little sardines in there, okay? That's okay, it's still gonna be good, guys. Mayo, mustard, lemon, some parm. It is gonna be delicioso, okay? And we have our lemon. Trying to catch the little seeds. We're gonna move on to our garlic. For this, I wouldn't use like a garlic powder because it's just, the ingredients are just so minimal. Like they make a big difference in a recipe like this. And there is nothing that compares to like real fresh garlic. So I would definitely not skip out on either mincing it, smashing it, whatever you need just to make sure you get all that goodness right there. You see that? That is all flavor. We're definitely gonna do our pepper. And then depending on how chunky you like your dressing, you can definitely add like a little bit of water, anything like that. Okay. Now let's go ahead and add a little bit of parm. I like the taste of the anchovies, so I'm sad that I got sardines instead of the anchovies, but it's okay. This is still delicious, and that's gonna go so perfect. So that is the extent of this viral salad. You make the dressing, you just wash and make sure that your kale is like massaged, and then we're good to go. You know what I was thinking? Like, what if I just do a teeny tiny bit of oil? Just because I feel like that's going to make it even more tender, you know? Look at this. Okay, now, I'm just gonna try to kind of toss it with some tongs. Man, I love coming across viral videos because I'm like, oh my God, yes, I will be making this tonight. And at first I was like, wait, the salad doesn't have any protein, but it does. It literally does. I think like 1 ounce of parm has like 6 grams of protein or something like that. So like a whole block has like 50 grams or maybe more. Now we're going in with some fresh parm because fresh parm is just like superior. You know what I mean? It's just like there's no substitution. Like We're just gonna go, you know, like when you go to Olive Garden, they're like, tell me when to stop. And like, you really want them to keep going, but you feel embarrassed and you're like, okay, just stop. No, there's no embarrassment here. We just keep going because that's the whole point of the salad. The whole point is to load it on. Oh my gosh, how fun is this? I keep thinking like, okay, that's enough, but it's like, is it enough? Okay. I think that is enough though. Like we don't need like a mountain of parm. Now, in the video, he toasts bread and he seasons it and he like makes it all delicious and then turns it into like breadcrumbs. But we are keeping this low carb, and so we have the cheese crisps. So these are just like Parmesan cheese crisps. So what I'm gonna do is literally just crumble them on top, and then we're gonna add some seasonings, okay? But this is what's gonna give it like that little crunchy that he got with his bread. Okay, so I could have definitely made them a little smaller, but hey, I'm not mad at these like chunkier pieces. So now the only thing I'm gonna do is add some seasonings right on top, because he did that on his bread, but we're just gonna add it on our salad. Okay, so I went on the video just to be sure, and it is Italian seasoning. He also did like some garlic powder, but I don't feel like I need that. But that is it. This right here is the viral kale salad that is loaded with parm. And I haven't even tried it yet, but I already know it's gonna be good because I tried the dressing. And let's be real, the star of a salad is always the dressing. If you have a good dressing, you can literally eat it with just lettuce and you're gonna enjoy it. You know what I mean? We're just gonna go right in, and I want it with everything. Like here, let's actually put it with like a little crispy, because I wanna have the full experience. Boom, look at that. Dressing, we got the Italian seasoning, we have the parm, all the dressing, kale salad, cheers. I knew it. I just knew it. There's no way a salad can taste bad when your dressing is good. I know the parm has protein, but this right here with a little salmon, or maybe like some, I'm trying to think, like a low carb crispy chicken, you have a straight up banger right here. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and serve myself, and then let's not forget that we have dessert. We have a viral dessert that we have to make, and we're gonna rate. And for our last viral recipe, which is of course our dessert, which is in my case, and in my opinion, the best part of the day, we're gonna go in with a high protein. It's a chocolate mousse with the secret ingredient being cottage cheese, okay? So this video was really interesting to watch because you literally just throw everything into the blender and out comes a dessert that's actually good for you. So I could see why this went viral. I could totally see it. Okay, so we're gonna toss in the cottage cheese. And I love these recipes with the cottage cheese. I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely opposed to them because I was like, cottage cheese for dessert, I was never really like a cottage cheese fan, but if you are on that page, like if you are still you still have those feelings towards cottage cheese, I'm telling you, you have to give in and try some of the recipes that I have on my channel. I've made like the cottage cheese queso, like you will never know that it is made with cottage cheese. So this one here, let's see, because we are doing a whole container of cottage cheese. Then we have a chocolate peanut butter protein, okay? So protein powder. And then you're gonna use your sweetener of choice. I'm actually doing a little bit of a maple that I have. You can do like a 0 sugar, you know, maple. There's a lot of different sweeteners. I'll leave everything that I use in the description below. You can always check in the description to see like specialty ingredients that I use. But okay. Cottage cheese, protein powder, sweetener. Let's make our chocolate mousse. Now let's just make sure that it doesn't need more sweetener. Oh my God. It is so rich and creamy. This literally tastes like brownie batter. Okay, so now this is what the video does. You get your container, okay? And what we're gonna do is pour it back into the container. And this is definitely not a single serving. Like, this is a lot. This is something you could do like as a meal prep, and then you have some dessert for a few days. Alrighty, so now we have our mousse. So for the toppings, she used the cookies. So we're doing some low carb little cookies here. And you can mix it in, or you can like leave it up on top. Then after she puts in the cookies, she goes in with chocolate. So we have our low carb chocolate here. I'm gonna melt it, and then it goes right on top. Okay, so chocolate is melted, and now we just pour right on top. And what this is gonna do is basically form like the shell. Do you remember the magic shell from back in the day? Okay, and now let's go ahead and spread it. So now I'm just gonna let it set just for like a couple minutes in the freezer. I don't think she actually said to do that, but I mean, how is this gonna get a hard shell? So I'm gonna put it in the freezer, and then we are digging in. Okay, so I literally put it in there just for like 5 minutes, and it has the shell. So first things first. Oh my gosh, it's literally like a little magic shell. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Now, I also have some raspberries here because I don't know about you, but like chocolate and raspberries just go so well together. So I want to get like the full experience. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. Cheers. Oh my gosh. This is delicious. It's tasting like Valentine's Day. Okay. I could definitely see why this went viral. It is so decadent. It feels like you're having a dessert that's literally loaded with like all the bad stuff. But the best part of this is that like all the ingredients are super clean. They're low carb, high protein. Like, you get to enjoy a dessert that's actually good for you. You know what I mean? So I could see why a lot of these cottage cheese recipes were going like viral. And I see the hype. I see it. Guys, this is definitely one, if you are a chocolate lover, if you're someone that loves like a nice rich dessert, this right here is definitely the way to go. All right, guys, so there you have it. For 24 hours, I ate nothing but viral recipes. And I have to say, I am not disappointed. I'm not disappointed. They all were a hit. I feel like any one of these that you make, you're going to enjoy. I feel like this one right here, I don't know. If I had to rate them, I don't know. I would have to say like, this one is definitely, it's definitely up there. But anyway, at the end of the day, it's just about figuring out what works for you. And if you are a dessert person, then just find ways to make some of your favorite desserts, just like a good for you version. You know, that's it. And that's basically what I've done all of these years. You already know I've maintained my weight for over 15 years. And even though a weight loss journey is very hard, I think that the hardest part is the maintenance. So if you're someone that's just getting started, I have a meal plan that I put together. It's a guide. Literally hold your hand throughout the whole entire way. I will leave that linked in the description below. But share this recipe, share this video, because I am telling you, all 3 of them were delicious, okay? But thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.